Hey guys, what's up? It is your boy Cam and it is the Trans Rights Readathon. So I will be linking some trans organizations down below if you want to check those out, and then I'm gonna give you books that I want to read. So I have quite a few books on Kindle. They were either free, on unlimited, or were really cheap. I checked my local library. None of these books were in the library, and I'm gonna start with my non-Kindle books. This one I recommend wholeheartedly. So Trans Rights Readathon starts today, which is the 17th. So I'm not gonna get to all of these, and I 100% know that, but I thought I would start off by saying that I have read this book, obviously. I even saw the movie. I kind of vlogged about it, but I don't think I ever posted it, but I did see the movie. I recommend the book. They took a character that they took two vital characters out. I think they were vital for the story in the movie, but the author, they also helped with the movie, so I check it out. I don't know if you can buy it yet or not. I saw it in theaters before Thanksgiving. But I Wish You All the Best is about a non-binary coming of age. It's about coming out. It's about the struggles of family. It's also based in North Carolina. I have a deeper connection to it. I do want to reread this if I have time. I have read it once all the way. I started to annotate it back in, I have a bookmark, and the bookmark is a receipt. That's how I know. In 2021, I started to annotate it, and then life just happened. So I want to get back. I want to re-annotate it, maybe highlight, not just mark. And so this, recommend it. It's such an old read, and a lot of people recommend it, but a lot of people recommend it for a reason. Okay? The other physical book that I have, hi Gigi, which is Hell Followed With Us. I did start this book whenever this album came out. Guys, when did Happy come out? I got one chapter in, and life keeps getting in the way, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna try my best not to let life get in the way because it's a readathon. So I do want to pick this up. I really love the concept of it, but I also know that it is gonna make me unpack my childhood. But I also think if you are in the queer media sphere, I think the show Ticket to Heaven that comes out this year, I think it'd be really interesting to watch that and read this at the same time. So if I don't get to this, that's okay. It's also very thick. So this is on the list. I know a lot of people have read this, and I think there's 3 other books in this sphere, or at least 2. But I'm excited for this one. Let me give a description of this. Okay, so from my knowledge, this is about a trans boy who is escaping the angels rule or whatever, because they have to be the perfect woman, and them and their father escape. While escaping, they find Benji finds other people from the local queer center, and it's that journey to fight off the big evil. Okay, so I already have one pulled up here. So it is The Woods All Black. This is a Kindle Unlimited. When They Call You a Monster, Show Your Teeth. The Woods All Black is equal parts historical horror, trans romance, and a blood-soaked revenge, all set in 1920s Appalachia. And if you didn't know, North Carolina, there are areas that are part of Appalachian. I'm not in the mountains, but I'm close to it. And I think that this, I might get the vibe a little, but not 100%, because there's difference between living in Appalachian and living in Appalachian. Okay, you live in it, and then you live in it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Anyway, North Carolina is a very broad state. So this one I'm super excited about. I think this is probably the longest Kindle book I have. How many pages was this? I think this is like 150 pages, which is very short, but very long for a readathon when you aren't good at reading. When you've been in a reading slump for a while. The next two are my most excited. So I'm gonna go with Debate Kids at the End of the World, which is by Alex Anonymous, which is any pronoun author. I follow them on TikTok. They have so many stories, which include autistic rep, and trans rep and other queer rep. This is non-binary / non-binary, which I love. They have a few others, which is like non-binary, women loving women. You got sapphic, you got all of the above. And this was written 2023, I think. And I wanted to read it when it came out. So I think it's like the perfect time to like bring myself to do it. I think this was $3.99. This is longer with 217 pages. This is about a group of debate kids, two which are partnered up together who don't exactly like each other when the apocalypse hits. Then you have the other one that I'm most excited for, which is Bite Back. Hi, you can see me, which is Bite Back. I've heard so many good things. They are also a genderqueer author. I believe genderqueer and gender fluid is how they describe themselves. I'm super excited about this. So this is a science fiction dystopian novel, okay? So it's a dystopian horror about a cannibalistic prophecy, a false prophet, and who is tearing it down. So a woman's place is between the teeth of a man, and this is the first time a man took a bite out of me. I was 9, and then it goes on about like, I don't really want to like read the description just in case it might be triggering to some people, but I'm excited about this. This is about fighting back, and I believe it is a trans mask mainly, and I'm super excited about it. I am like, you don't even understand how hyped I am about this readathon. I'm hoping it gets me out of my reading slump, because like, yeah, I've read every day, or like I've read a lot recently, but it's finishing the books that I kind of suck at, you know what I mean? Okay, I have 2 books left. The next one is a very short book. I believe it's 86 pages, and I got it for free. It was Unbury the Bones. This is a 2-part series. It was recommended on Reddit for those that like trans authors. I really know nothing about it except for there's a werewolf in it, and I think a vampire. So Unbury Our Bones is book 1. Luck is not on their side when a series of bizarre coincidences leaves a man bleeding out in the alleyway. The Ember Guard calls on their secret weapon, a takeout-fueled non-binary vampire, and their werewolf partner, who's more puppy than beast. And that sounds adorable. I love that. I think that's gonna be a quick, cute read. And then the second book I think is like 99 cents, so like I can afford that. I can afford that, guys. So I'm excited about this. And then the last book on here was, I believe it was also free, or this was the $2.99 one. I can't really remember. 2 were free, 2 cost money. But this is Void Office, which I believe is another horror. I do know this is science fiction, okay? I love science fiction. Science fiction is what got me into reading. Fun fact, okay? You have like a few other books really got me into reading, but the Spademan series and Philip K. Dick's, what was that book? Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. That and the Spademan series is what kickstarted this, my booktube. Me transitioning from that to book content that's what did it. I haven't really posted a lot of book content lately, but hi, I'm back and I'm trying my best. Okay, so this one is in fact science fiction, and I'm gonna read the whole description for you guys. So it is 200 pages, so I'm hoping for the best. Because this is 4 hours total, and I get distracted so easily, even medication. Also, I need to take my medication. So I gotta finish this video. Okay. Infiltrator. My point, exactly. I think that literally sums up everything I just said about I struggle to read, but I want to read and I love to read. Okay, so Infiltrator, Mr. Gwenna, Infiltrator Mrs. Gwenna moves across the galaxy to the space station called Pillar, the first place where humans and Exons live together in relative peace. Because of her criminal past, she cannot get a high-paying job. While she waits to recover from her full-body gender transformative surgery, while she waits for her surgical wounds to heal, she saves money by working for a species she hates. She offered a high-paying job by a shady human, and her decisions to take the job lead her down a long and painful path. There's 32 reviews on this, but everybody loves it. But I am really interested in this one. I think the order in which I'm gonna go in my reading is going to be either Debate Kids at the End of the World or Unbury the Bones, because Unbury the Bones is short. Then Void Office, Bite Back, and The Woods All Black. I'll probably will switch it around, but I am so excited about all of this, and I love the Transformation Readathon. Don't forget to check out what's going on in the world right now. So much is happening. I am not welcomed in quite a few states, and it's just a really big thing going on right now with everybody in the trans sphere. So reach out to your fellow trans friends and say hi, see how they're doing. Also, I'm gonna put some links below for some organizations that are helpful. There are quite a few trans community groups that I don't see a lot of people talk about. So I am super excited about the Trans Readathon. I love to consume media I can relate to. I love queer media of all kinds, and I especially love to see trans representation. So while I'm reading these, let me know if there's anything I should be watching that has trans representation, because I am always down for that, especially as a screenwriter, film writer. I would love to see more so I can incorporate more in my art, you know what I mean? So let me know what y'all are reading. I would love to hear it. Check out any links that I have, or add your own community so that organizations you want to help, because what we need right now is community. Also, check your local laws, message senators, and call your representatives. If you can't call, you can also email, or you can petition. So keep that in mind with what's going on. Have a very fun readathon, and thank you for listening to me ramble. I am so excited. I'm gonna go pick a book and start reading. So happy Trans Rights Readathon. Peace out. Rock on. All over. Don't forget to grow your wings. Fly high. Just gotta make sure everyone knows your name. Loves from my screen to yours. Bye, my little butterflies. Cameron. Out. Bye.